Imagine there's a music production course that took all the basic building blocks of modern music, drum patterns, bass lines, chord progressions, melodies, and added exercises to practice ear training and composition, and had that all thrown into a DAW-like learning environment. Well, that's what I'm going to talk about today. The name of the course is Building Blocks by Audible Genius and is made by the same guys that made Syntorial, which has a really good reputation as a way to learn synth sound design. But I'm going to say that for another video. But Building Blocks is an interactive course that teaches music theory and composition through the use of short videos and interactive exercises to help drill the concepts into your ear. Building Blocks solves a problem that most courses have when teaching music theory. Most of them are just an information dump, and it's up to you to figure out how you want to incorporate that or put that into your music. And if you attempt to use a textbook to learn music theory, it can be extremely dry. It might also overwhelm some people because it can go so in depth. But hey, I'm actually not knocking learning from textbook. I think it's actually a very good choice, but it has its time and place. I was in that situation. I struggled to learn music theory because I was trying to memorize everything from the book instead of listening to music and trying to understand it that way. But I shouldn't have been learning music theory for the sake of learning it. I should learn to hear it and then use the theory to understand what I'm hearing. This is where I think Audible Genius really shines. Most of the lessons focus on you actually listening to music theory concept and then recreating it in the DAW. Let's see how that works. So here's the Building Blocks website, and the course is divided out into 2 levels, and these build off each other, and when combined there's about 180 lessons. When we enter the course, we're brought to a nice visual representation of the course layout, and each of these nodes is a section of the course which corresponds to a different topic. It's going to either cover rhythm, bass, chords, or harmony, and it will eventually get to melody once we get to level 2. When we click custom here, we can see a more detailed view of what each section is and the various lessons inside. And there's different kinds of lessons. There's challenge lessons, exercise lessons, and create lessons, and a few more. Building Blocks mainly focuses on rhythm and harmony. I made an outline of what each of these sections is, so you don't have to try to read as I scroll through here. If you're looking carefully, you'll probably notice something missing from this outline. There's no melody. And that's actually where Building Blocks 2 comes in. Building Blocks introduces melody and chord progressions, and along with a few other concepts. And actually, Building Blocks 2 kicked my butt. It took me a long time to get through section 1, doing the melody and hearing all the pitches. So just be warned with that. But here, so you don't have to watch me scrolling through all of this. I made an outline detailing what each section covers in the course. With that, we're going to jump into the first lesson and see how things are structured within the actual lessons. So this is a challenge lesson, and it's going to start off with a video. So we're not going to watch the video, but I'll skim through it. I'll just show you. I have this piano roll, but it's hidden, and over here, kick drum, snare, and hi-hat. So I need to listen. Okay, so basically I have hi-hats all the way across. And then I can click this one to see the actual piano roll and the grid divisions of time and try to recreate what I hear. Let's see. All right, and if I think that's right, I can click the submit button, and ta-da, that's what I got. So that's basically what a challenge lesson is. So you have to go through 3 of these to actually pass the lesson. So once it gets more challenging, it does take some time. Like just one of these challenge exercises can take up to like 20 minutes. I wanted to include a clip from Building Blocks 2 to show how the level of difficulty increases. This is another drum-related challenge, and I have to recreate the beat with the correct velocity. I just want to let you know I'll speed up the video in certain sections. Let's start. Okay. So, bum, bum, bum. And this one's velocity is half. Let's submit and fingers crossed. Oh, shit. Nice. Okay. Good. That felt good. Let's look at the Mind's Ear one. Let's go to section 4 and see. Section 4, sus Mind's Ear, sus 4. So the Mind's Ear is another ear training lesson that's very similar to the challenge, but it takes it to the next level. Joe Hanley can explain it very well.
Now, the goal of Audible Genius is to get you to the point where you can take what's in your mind's ear and make it real. Because residing in your mind's ear is your unique sum of influences. So if you can tap into that, then you can really find your unique sound. Now, in order to do this, we have to bridge the gap between what you hear and your instrument or your computer. So what I want to do is get you to the point where you can take some of the core aspects of what's in your mind's ear and immediately just know what they are. Not have to sit down and figure it out, just know. And that's what these mind's ear exercises are all about. Let's take a look.
So let's try one. Okay, I feel like that's a minor. That's a fourth. So I finished that section. Now the root note is going to change. I still feel like that's a sus. Watch me be wrong. All right, cool. That feels resolved and sounds a little darker, so I'm going to say it's a minor. Ah! Oh, no, major. All right, never mind. Okay, nice. All right, let's go through. This is actually kind of fun. Okay, I feel like that's a sus chord as well. Ah, no, okay. So now I can see what it was and see my mistake. And now let's drag this down. Okay, sounds resolved. Okay, all right. I feel like that's the same chord. Let's go with the minor third then. Ah, okay. Let's see. Okay, these two sound close together. Let's try. That's one lesson finished. I'm not done with it because the Mind's Ear lessons, you have to do 3 times to actually get a little progression stamp. I wanted to go ahead and include a Mind's Ear melody lesson from Building Blocks 2. As you can hear, I just went through the scale. I listened to the melody a few times and I got this one wrong. So then I had to try again until I pass. That one again, I just felt that one. I just felt that one. 3, 2, 4, 3. We have the create lessons. So let's get out of Building Blocks 1. Let's go to where I am in the course. Let's try this one. This is a create lesson. It's gonna go over some concepts that have been taught previously. Okay, so that was the lesson. So here we have a drum pattern given for us. And we need to make a loop. All right, let's see. That's a little example. Not the best one I made, but decent. Sounds okay. At the end of each section, there's a quiz. So here. And you take basically a multiple choice quiz. Should the melody stay within the same tonality as the bass and chords? Generally, yes, but in any case. Does a chord tone fit? Do chord tones fit in easily, or do they stand up? They fit in. Next. Okay, so here. That's the quiz. Basically, pretty much self-explanatory. And then I'm not gonna do one, but here, the experiments. The experiments are a way to break habits and break rules. So, of all the things he's teaching you, he's telling you ignore it and just try your own thing. Here, so I wanted to go ahead and show an example of me going through one of the experiment challenges. So this is a time lapse that is actually originally about 20 minutes long. And I just want you to kind of look at this and get a gauge of what an experiment lesson looks like. And here at the end, you can hear the final beat. So this is the next lesson type. The sing lessons teach you how to use clapping or humming to create a beat or melody. And it sounds simple enough, and you may have even heard of someone trying to do that. For example, I know Andrew Young just records a bunch of nonsense words when he's making a scratch melody or scratch vocal line, and then using that to kind of guide him when he actually adds the words. In that regard, the singing lessons are kind of similar, where you have to sing something, and it records you within this program, and you recreate that on the grid here. That's one of the exercises you can actually use when you're outside of this program and trying to produce music on your own. So another section of this course allows you to have a mini kind of music production area where you can make your own tracks or load tracks that you've made in the lesson through the experiment or create lessons. Let me load up one of those now. So load, here's some tags of some things I made. Here are all the things I've saved from different create exercises or experiment exercises. It allows you to save everything you make. For example, let's load up one. Let's do this one. Load. I made this a while back in one of the create lessons. Let's take a listen. Okay, so now what I can do is I can export this either as audio or as MIDI. So I'm going to export that and load it up into my DAW. So here we have my DAW. That was a quick synopsis of all the kind of lessons inside the course. And obviously I can't go into too much detail or this video is going to be super long. In this course, I've probably put in more than like 40 hours and I'm still only within like 20% done of the second half. There's a lot of content to go through and a lot of things to learn and a lot of things to practice, and basically that's why I think this course is great. Just to continue, so I want to show an example of some of the skills I was able to develop in this course and actually use in real life. So I took a fully produced song and I'm trying to recreate certain aspects of it, which is a good thing to practice and can further develop my ear training. That's one thing I want to show you. So let's jump into that. Okay, so this is what I wanted to show you. I was breaking down this song that I really like called Kiara by Bonobo on his album Black Sands. And I broke it down, got a basic format of what the song is. And of course, I would love to play the song, but I'm worried about copyright. Let's just jump in and listen to the rhythm part first and bass. So that's kind of the core of the rhythm and the bass. And I was able to, one of the main things I was able to see while I was kind of analyzing it and using my ear, I can hear how he had different kick patterns for different sections, like this section here. And I was starting to work on the melody, as you can hear here. So I was able to gain some skills from building blocks so I can get better at doing this and seeing how songs are formatted. So that's just all I want to show you from this example. Thank you for sticking around to the end. If you like this, please like and subscribe to the video, and check out the building blocks course by Audible Genius. And if you're not convinced yet, it actually has a free trial. You have unlimited access. You can do the entire course in 3 days.